Greetings, Taurians. This is Damien with HK Readings Healing Culture Tarot. I'm here to do a bonus video for you all for the month of January that will also serve as your weekly for January 2020. I'm doing that because as I got through all of my monthlies with completing Cancer, I believe that was yesterday, I picked the top 3 signs out of the 12 with the highest viewership, which Taurus had also put whoever's in the comments in a raffle to obtain a free reading. I will draw for that raffle likely around 5 p.m. today. So, I mean, hey, even if you go on there and you watch the video and you comment between now and then, you are entered in the raffle. Girl, boy, I don't mind, you know. But I mean, because it's also a fun way for you to just hop on that real quick if you want to. But it was Taurus, Virgo, and Cancer. I'm going to do Cancer's last. They were posted yesterday, but already have top 3 viewership. It was Virgo, Taurus, and Cancer. But I'm going to do those last since they just had their reading, okay? Cross watchers, you are welcome to the video. I will be reading from the perspective of the Taurus. Now, this may pull... This may prove to provide similar messages to the monthly that you had, or this could be picking up on different energies overall, or just for different Taurians. So if it's not your message, you can check any of your other videos, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter to see if you have messages there. But I'm going to pull from 3 different decks here. Right now, what I've meditated on is your past energy with Cat Black's Golden Tarot. So that's what we're going to get into. I'm going to read the cards and just read the story, not really go card for card, okay? So what we have crowning is the Hermit in reverse, along with the Emperor card. And what we have to classify that, or clarify that, I guess a classification would still be a form of compartmentalizing, right? But we have the 5 of Wands, the Fool, the High Priestess, the 4 of Coins, and the 5 of Swords. So basically, in a nutshell, I feel like, man, there's a lot of things, Taurus, that you have just gotten away from. I feel like you have finally taken control of your own life again. And you're making moves forward to get away from conflict, to get away from unhappiness, to get away from shady people, to get away from unreliable people, people you can't trust, who have proven time and time again that they don't deserve your energy, your love, your justice, any of those things. You've always been a beacon of light, a beam of light, and people have noticed that. And because of that, they've always been drawn to you. And, you know, there's not much reciprocity as far as what they've given back, but you're no longer allowing yourself to be a victim, okay? What you're deciding to do is keep everything that you've been working towards and working on close to you. You're not letting anybody else in on that, and that's causing a lot of conflict, okay? People are very mentally confused, emotionally confused, because they don't know how to reach you anymore. They don't know how to communicate with you anymore. Many of you have basically shifted, you know, energies of passion elsewhere back into yourself, or into another person. For many of you, this is about a person that you've been moving towards, that as it's been, whether it's friends or ex-lovers or people who are interested and didn't get their shot, they're definitely in their feelings, and they're feeling, you know, pretty upset. And these are people who want new beginnings with you, but what you were doing is you're taking a new beginning, towards like doing things you've never done before, thinking in ways that you just have always held on an intuitive level, but maybe haven't even applied. Now you're like, look, this is about me. And many of you have been reestablishing your emotional health and your, you know, your mental health, getting back to your self-care rituals, cooking more, reading more, spending time with your animals, meditating, gaining those life secrets. Because as you see how good you're feeling being on your own, regardless if you have to let go, you want more. You want more. High Priestess counterpart to the Hierophant. Let's not forget. Okay? But we don't have, but in the same way we have the High Priestess and not the Hierophant, you're not trying to commit to anything right now. At least that isn't new. If it ain't new, you ain't worried about it, because you know with the path that you're on, everything new that you will attract will be more satisfying, more conducive to your journey, okay? But I do sense that a lot of people are pissed off. Because I feel like many of you were in some hermit-like energy before, especially as it ties into this High Priestess card. But with that and the Emperor card, I see it as even though you may have been chilling back or just kind of being chill with how things were in the surroundings, like people didn't really know your moves and they just felt you were going to be around, something clicked. There were realizations that happened. I feel like enough inner work was done. Man, I think your ancestors have really been communicating with you, and many of you have been listening. Many of you have really been on top of following your spiritual guidance. And it's led you to action. It's led you to take back that proper control of your life. It's led you to be more focused on work and your coin. It's led you to be more aware of not over-compromising yourself. This is about you, okay? And Hermit in reverse to the Emperor, it's like you finally getting that chariot wheel moving. It's not just like the chariot energy where, you're gassing yourself up, you're feeling good, you're feeling confident, you're almost ready to go, you're in position, because it's a still card. There's no motion. We're anticipating the motion. But this is where you go beyond that and you're taking the motion. So even though people you thought they knew you were on some other shit, oh, Taurus is leaving me alone, Taurus doesn't want to talk to me, I miss Taurus, what's going on, Taurus? But for some reason, it's just like now they know that there is no chance in hell because you are moving forward and they are behind you. You've dropped a lot of friends, a lot of fake ass people. You don't fuck with nobody, and you still have a lot of people speaking ill on your name because you are great. And a lot of people just don't want to be left behind, Taurus, but they are being left behind. Because what they didn't expect you to do is be in this fool-like energy. And many people probably wouldn't expect that from a Taurus. Bull gang, I'm a Taurus sun. In Vedic astrology, I'm a Taurus sun and a Taurus moon. What's up, bull gang? Many people don't expect that from us. Because we will stick through a condition for a very long time. We will stick through a condition with somebody, a life with somebody, helping them, guiding them, aiding them. Now, not to say that they ain't doing jack shit for us. Some people contribute a little bit of what they can. Some people contribute a lot, but still take much more. So it's no discredit to them, no discredit to the cross watcher. But it gets to that point where when it does become unhealthy for a Taurus and they have to throw in the towel, they won't think twice before, applying some blind faith and moving forward. As scary as it may be. When we talk about blind faith, look at how the Fool is next to the High Priestess here. Because, at first I was just going to blurt out, blindly moving towards a new beginning because, you don't really know what's ahead. In other depictions, there's a cliff. And right here, she's standing on the edge of it. It's just a different perspective. But you have divine knowledge that's letting you know for the physical things that you can't see ahead, there's a lot with you that's gonna make sure you get through it and that those times are gonna be bright. It's almost like people didn't want to see you do well, didn't want to see you move forward, Taurus. But I feel like you knew that. I feel like you knew that about a lot of these people. But now you're taking that energy seriously because you understand how malicious and negative and ill that energy is. It ain't enough to just shake it off and not care. You need to remove that shit out of your energetic field, and that's exactly what you're doing. You're taking action. It's not to say, oh man, I ain't worried about these people, and they're still around you, and they're still talking shit, still defaming your name, still hating on you because you're flossing, you're glamorous, and that's a great characteristic to have, to be able to shake all of that off. But when we're talking about what you need around you for you to continue to grow, you're realizing that it's not that. You might not care about what these motherfuckers out here are doing because it ain't affecting you. But at the same time, on a deeper level, on a higher level, it is affecting you. So what you're doing is moving on, saying, I am going to pick my tribe. I am going to allow myself to be in that sound relationship. And I think many of you, again, are already on your way to that with someone that you may be talking to. Others, you're moving towards it. But some of y'all Tauruses, I can tell that one of the reasons that there's so much anger and frustration and conflict and confusion here is because you were able romantically to drop your love from someone who just wasn't cutting it, wasn't giving you what you needed. That same old shit that would always happen, not treating you fair, not treating you right, just taking from you. You were able to cut that off and literally retracted, because the way a Taurus makes someone feel, ruled by Venus, Venusian beauty, we make people feel that damn good. And again, when we have such a steadfast, continuous nature, it really throws people off when we flip the script real quick. And it throws them off more when we not only flip the script and retract that shit, but we are finding someone else to give it to who's a reflection of our beauty that the person who slept on you saw in you already. Oh, wow. Okay, Taurus. Bottom of the deck, the Star card. So that's definitely signifying new beginnings and yes to everything you seek to accomplish. Realizing your potential. And I feel like somebody else is seeing the potential in you. And we ain't talking about this energy anymore because we're transitioning from past to present, present, which might carry a little over into future, and then Goddess guidance will pull future, or like an oracle deck. But I guess we'll get some Fountain Tarot. But yeah, this transformation you're making, ooh, people looking at you, people looking at you, people looking at you. And the ones who couldn't get it together, who are sleeping on you, are mad as hell. And in some ways, this is similar to Cancer's reading, so you might want to watch Cancer's reading if you have it anywhere in your chart. I'm noticing the similarities. And myself, personally, I told y'all, tropically, Taurian by Sun, with a Mars, Venus, Midheaven, and Chiron in Cancer. So, and both of these readings seem to, at least in some parts, resonate with me. So I would say, go check out Cancer's video. Ooh. Hermit in the upright. Now, many of you do have and we got the Emperor again. We also got the Three of Swords, the Eight of Swords, Six of Swords, the Tower in reverse, and the Two of Coins. So what's going on presently? Bottom of the deck, more conflict, Five of Wands. I see how the past is spilling over to the present. This story is slightly different. Y'all may have had your heart broken by a Virgo. Okay. Or it could be vice versa, and you've broken a Virgo's heart, and that's, who you may have recently left from. Doesn't have to be a Virgo, but it is this Hermit energy. So that could be, one of the scenarios. I would say alternatively, I'm still getting that there's someone in particular that's, and it's a lot of people, because I feel that this is in the realm of love, of friends, of people who just slept on you, but there's definitely just the energy here that's a continuation of that. Some hearts are broken, and the mental instability is real. Because, as you move on, there are a lot of people that don't want to let go, reaching for the last shot, that last breath. It's almost like you kept these people above water, above float. You kept them sane, you kept them sound. And, they may be rushing back to you talking about how they want to balance things out. But really, you still sense the element of control that's there. And you're not relinquishing it after you already took it back for yourself. Tell me about any new love that's coming in for some of the Taurians, if there is a story to tell. And I will use Tarot of the Moors. Nine of Discs. Ace of Wands. Mirror of Discs. Let's get two more. Three of Swords reverse. Ten of Discs. So the person you have coming in, man, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all, has dealt with some similar shit to y'all, as y'all. Oh my God, I'm just all over the place because this energy is crazy right now. There's been a huge theme of people mirroring each other, and I think y'all are definitely doing that in the sense that it's in a beautiful way. Because y'all are both removing toxicities from your life and people from your life that take away from your happiness, that don't allow you to flourish and shine and not focus on your work and your crafts and your creative endeavors, because there's so much that you're meant to do right now. So I feel as though, as I see this symbiotic nature come about, you know, this person A that's coming toward you, y'all might have a lot in common as far as what you do for work and what you love to create, and just different forms of your entrepreneurship. But yeah, man, they definitely have gained a sense of security within themselves. Now we have the Nine of Discs, and it's funny because as I looked at it, I looked down and I saw the Ten of Discs at the end. It starts with the 9, ends with the 10. And this is, you know, the story that I have in between, is that, you know, this is somebody who has worked very hard to get to where they are. You could be attracting a Capricorn or another Virgo, someone with strong earth energy in their chart, particularly Capricorn or Virgo and Mars or Venus, okay? If you can get to know their charts on that level, do so, but I would say Mars or Venus. Or it could also be Mercury and Virgo. But yeah, this is someone who's worked hard to get to where they are. If not, they're just embodying this energy, this earth energy, and, you know, they are secure enough to achieve the real love that they seek, and they're very passionate about you. Like when I said someone's looking at you, okay? Especially if you're a Taurus female. See that? Chilling in the cut, and you, it's like, you see the way the cards are laid. It's like, damn, you know, she's looking out and this is what's in the distance. You know, they want that Taurus. They see so much creative passion that comes with, they foresee it at least, that comes with being with you. You know, it's like you ignite something in them that I feel like they've never felt before, or they haven't in a long time. And they feel as though you can heal their heart, okay? You can heal their heart, and you're someone that they can truly offer something stable to. They feel the passion for you, and that's what's beautiful about having the Ace of Wands in the Mirror of Discs. It's the slowest moving mirror here, or the slowest moving knight, comparably. But the stirrings in their heart let them know that regardless of the pace, they want to move forward with you. Even though the pace is, because, you know, they're a little wounded, okay? The Three of Swords is in reverse, but it's still here. They feel as though you're the one who can pull all of those swords out, and y'all can talk about things. They've needed someone to really talk to on that level, okay? And your level of understanding is going to be paramount. But they definitely see that they can create this Ten of Discs energy with you to create a family, to create something that's sound and stable, where there's trust, where there is reliability, where there is someone who's there to build you up. I don't know, rub your back and shoulders after a long day, cook for you, run your water, soak your feet. And these aren't as ways of just being, you know, your maid or just, you know, this isn't about any of that bullshit. This is about someone who, and they might not do it all the time. Or you might not do it for them all the time, but when you do, it's special. And they want someone who's going to be a true partner. I see definitely possibly going into business together as well. The person who broke their heart could have been someone that worked with them or worked for them. I sense that they would be highly in like upper management. Many of you could be dealing with someone who's a CEO or owns their own business, and you can be brought into that. However, oh yeah, and they also do have a lot of resources to share with you. Like this is what we talk about when we're talking about building a dynasty and a kingdom, if you so choose. Now, a dynasty and a kingdom is going to be subjective to what you see as the ultimate of a relationship, you know, that can be built together. But, you know, we are talking about someone who is very serious and very for real and unlike anybody you've ever met before. I see that the more you come into contact with this person, the more you communicate with them, the more you spend time with them. If they haven't come yet, they will, you know, but if they're here especially, it's something that just has you so oblivious to the bullshit that's going on around you as far as all the other chaos, because you're just not worried about it, okay? You know, when you've moved forward and you are taking, again, the reins of your life to bring in what you want, which, you know, is coming 100% to another individual who's 100% and bringing it up to that 200% scale. You know, I posted an intuitive message, you know, about those looking for their other half. And this is exactly what that's about. Like, if you're looking for your other half, that means you're not whole. And the energy that I see is that you are definitely coming from a whole standpoint, and as are they. So it elevates things to a 200% spectrum than a 100% spectrum. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to go ahead and pull some Oracle. I'll do one from the Chakra Wisdom, and then we'll get a couple of Goddess Guidance. We're going to wrap up your reading. This is a pretty interesting bonus, though. Loving it, loving it. Not sure what I shall title it, though. The bottom of the deck here, we have the card of joy, dancing, singing, being vibrant, listening to those songs that you love, that you haven't heard in a long time, that made you feel so good. Spending time out in the rain, earthing more with your shoes off, arms going crazy, hair going wild, having a good time, enjoying some wine. Many of you are definitely, you know, in the mindset of traveling more. Many of you have desired to have a partner that you can travel with, because you were dealing with a whole bunch of busters before, whether they had the currency or had the time. They didn't clearly, you know, see, those weren't the things they wanted to do with you. And no matter what anyone has ever said about how high or low your expectations might be, because I know they say Tauruses are pretty high, it's just like, still, there are certain things that are sort of textbook expected, you know? So you shouldn't have to feel like you can't want these things. And with this resurgence in fire that pops up in the both of you, you're going to realize that you're not crazy for wanting these things. Other people have this shit, so why can't you? It's because people would rather take from you to give to someone else than to treat you right. And karma's serving them right because you're finding someone who's on your level, so they can't compete and beyond your wildest dreams, making you happy. They didn't have enough within them to make you happy. Don't even be mad at them. They couldn't. They were incapable. But now you're getting yours, and it's beautiful. I know my camera's like sliding down a little bit. Joy at the bottom of the deck, and then we have balance. So this is signifying to me of, you know, again, when I was talking about things being on your level. Oh, and then we also have completion at the bottom of here. You know, you have given up, again, ended those cycles that were no longer serving, okay? That have ran their course. And what you're doing now is you start anew, or as you've been on the process of starting anew, but as these new things roll in, you start to see that the level of completion is also tied into the blessings that will be coming in. just like as 10 to the number of completion in the tarot. And we have the 10 of disc, coins, or pentacles here. You know? This is about reciprocity. This is about equal give and take. You know, I saw what we had. We had the 4 of coins down there. We had the 5 of coins. We had the 5 of swords. Just all, you know, we had all this shit going on down there. And I remember thinking about how, you know, and we talked about how unequal or uneven a lot of the energy was being exchanged. And it made me think of the 6 of coins, the 6 of disc, or the 6 of pentacles, you know? And I feel like, you know, this balance card could definitely represent justice, right? Like, I think most people would go towards seeing it as being indicative of that major arcana, which in certain instances it is. But for me right now, this is coming up as more 6 of Pentacles energy, which is balancing out everything, you know, as you've come to a completion with the past there, now you're bringing in things that are equitable, okay? Someone who's giving to you as you're giving to them. And we have it on top of the Ace of Wands as well. And it's also on top of the Hermit reversing the Emperor. So I feel like roles will be very balanced. It'll be very healthy. You know, y'all be able to communicate and not overstep boundaries. I think that, you know, you two are, this person that's coming in, like the both of you are very, in your own way, strong individuals, strong-minded, passionate, fierce, you know, and in a lot of ways that could fizzle with people who, you know, aren't just on a certain level of ascension, which is, it's not even that, just a lot of people in general, like that's a thing. But yeah, you know, I feel like energies will be very controlled. There'll be a nice temperament to it. And also this might actually, you know, tame your energies in such a way to where y'all can, you know, you learn a way, again, to balance out the feariness of your nature. This could be dealing with triggers, because many, you know, how like, you know, bulls can be a hothead, just as this other person is showing it, you know, they could be at times when it comes to injustice, like, we don't like when you don't treat us right. It will take a lot, but when it bowls over, it bowls over. And I think that, you know, this person will be able to help you through certain triggers that you've had when you've had to, you know, kind of go off on people or check people. So you felt, you know, because they did you wrong or they cheated or they hurt you or whatever, you know, I feel like they're helping you with your dynamic with individuals, your response to individuals, to be more brighter, to be happy, to not be so cutthroat, to not be so king or queen of swords with shit, you know. Balancing out the temperament is what I also intuit here, okay? What do we have from our Taurians for goddess guidance? I didn't think this reading would be so long, but hey. I'll show you how everything looks real quick. So we laid out a knot of cards. Pretty, eh? Yeah. Well, if you do have any doubts, I would say trust in the process. At the bottom of the deck, we have Ostara, the card of fertility. It's time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions, boo. That's exactly what we've been talking about. It's beautiful, the affirmations, you know? And now I'm going to read the second Mary Magdalene Yemenya. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. Love yourself, others, in every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. And important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. So again, we're talking about all of this change, all of the opportunities for new starts and new beginnings that are, you know, that come after a level of completion. So you're literally just taking off on this new life, this new journey, you know. And it's kind of interesting how I saw that, you know, I got the message of the balance of temperament here, because I do think, you know, any resentments you hold on to could be a factor in problem creation, this new relationship. I think everything is going to go well. This has all been a beautiful reading. This is just saying, you know, as far as temperament is concerned, allow this person to help you, because they can diffuse you and allow your heart to be as pure as it needs to be, to radiate that light, as we see here coming up with the Mary Magdalene card. So forgive your exes, forgive the people that hurt you, forgive the people that you had to let go of. You can't hold on to that. You have to get rid of them, but you can't harbor the resentment, because that can't follow you into meeting new people, new friends, new business connections, and this new lover. You can't keep that with you. You're stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. Love yourself, others, in every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. Important doors are opening for you. Walk through them. Come on now. Let's see the strength of the bull. Until next time.